Here's what 40 Forge is all about. I'm very excited about this challenge. I'm very excited for how God brought this to me over the last couple of years to get this challenge started. And if you're curious about what it's all about, it's basically a Jesus version of 75 Hard. It's really time for Jesus people to wake up, not just earlier, but also in life, and to stop coasting in life. And if you're looking to be challenged mentally, physically, and spiritually, this is the challenge you definitely want to take on. And I started this challenge at the end of a discipleship group I was running. And basically it started in 2023. At the end of the group, in an 8-week course, I challenged these participants to do a 40-day challenge to set themselves up for the rest of their life. And this is also a challenge that I have in the back of my Wake Up Jesus People book. But the goal is that you really develop these disciplines to help you get better in life, to get better in your Jesus journey. And eventually these disciplines just become a part of who you are and really part of your identity. So some of these challenges you may be great at. Some of these you may have no idea what they're all about. You've never done them before. But I do want to talk about 40 Forge and the name here. So first of all, 40 days. Why is 40 significant? In the Bible, 40 is extremely significant, whether it's Moses on Mount Sinai for 40 days before receiving the 10 Commandments, or Israel wandering around the wilderness for 40 years before entering the promised land. Maybe it's the flood when Noah was on the ark with his family for 40 days and 40 nights, or Jesus's temptation in the desert by Satan after being baptized for 40 days. So every instance of 40 marks a time of testing, a time of preparing, or a time of transition where God is preparing his people for the next stage in his. So there's going to be two versions of the 40 Forge program here. So I have a 40 Forge Light and a 40 Forge Hard version. Both of them are going to be dealing with a diet. So if it's 40 Forge Light, it's just going to be some kind of diet, whatever works, just following something to get healthier. And when it comes to 40 Forge Hard, it's going to be a Daniel fast plus protein. And by the way, if one of these in here, you're like, I would do the whole program except for that one thing I would tweak. Hey, it doesn't matter to me, that we can work out, but it's more that you have a program that you're following. The Daniel fast is biblical plus protein. Next would be no alcohol, no substances, and no porn. As Jesus people, we need to break away from those. A lot of people are in bondage from those, and that is why you can't do that for 40 days. And the goal is that these are becoming, again, a part of who you are, and you break free from these. It's not just a challenge, it becomes a lifestyle. Next would be exercise daily. And if you are doing 40 Forge Hard, it's at least 40 minutes of that daily. And then a Devo daily. In 40 Forge Hard, it's not just a Devo, it's reading 10 pages of the Bible. And then praying daily, journaling daily, and then having a sacred start. So it's having that moment in the morning that is sacred with just you and Jesus, just time together. A lot of the disciplines in here are part of the sacred start. So having at least a 60-minute sacred start if it's the light version, a 90-minute sacred start if it is the hard version. And then in the hard version, the extras are no social media scrolling, not getting sucked into that, and then drinking a gallon of water daily, staying hydrated, and then listening to worship music only. So when it comes to this challenge, you could totally do this on your own, all right? But there's so much power in the value of being together. It's why it's called 40 Forge. If you know about the forging process, the thing about blacksmith forging a piece of iron, putting it in that heat, in that fire, and then forging it, pounding it out, like that is what God will do to you during this process and beyond, is forging you, shaping you, sharpening you up so you are a tool or a sword to use. It is a powerful 40 days if you take on this challenge. And once you sign up, you receive an intake form. You'll be added to our exclusive WhatsApp chat for the people going through this challenge at the same time with you. And you'll get information on our upcoming kickoff call that'll be a few days before that next challenge is. Now, during this challenge, you're going to get a lot of support. Like I mentioned, you can do this on your own, but if you sign up, you pay for it, you join us, then you get 7 chapters of the Wake Up Jesus People book. You get 40 days of journaling through this. You get into the exclusive WhatsApp chat. You get daily motivation, weekly videos, weekly support calls that you have a couple options to join to get support from other people, as well as get questions answered. You'll get Jeremy's expertise, who is helping you with this program. He is a fitness and nutrition online expert and guide with that. You'll also get a 40 Forge completion certificate if you finish. Everyone who finishes also goes in a drawing for a 40 Forge engraved Cutco knife. And there'll also be a celebration call at the end on what's next, how to maybe join the next challenge or continue progressing on this. And I know friends who spend over $100 on a single personal training session. And for less than that, you can join the 40 Forge challenge that is upcoming. So I'm really excited about this. I'm excited for what God is doing with this, what he's going to do with this. And I encourage you to sign up today. Invite friends and family to take on the challenge with you. So there's even more support and accountability. But overall, Jesus people, it's time to wake up.